Good evening. Now, there is nothing quite like a brain in the entire universe. Indeed, to my way of thinking, they were the start of the most enormous range of species that have successfully populated the entire planet. From the Seasquirt to the psychiatrist, from the psychiatrist to the Seasquirt. Now, out of the chaos of early Earth, the gurgling chemical soup gradually ordered itself into the periodic tables, and in the fecundity of the endless lapping to and fro, some of the very earliest brains evolved. And as the edge between land and sea grew more hospitable, some of them crawled out, wriggled around, formed legs, and scuttled off, while others rose up, grew wings, and flapped off, while others remained beneath the sea, splurging around endlessly. Now, what precisely is a brain? Well, we all need a brain to hold ourselves up. Without one, we quite simply collapse. Observe this simple mobile brain, in essence a spinal cord with two very simple sensory devices at the top, with various appendages added later for either convenience, necessity, or just effect. But observe what dizzy heights the Anthropocene brains have since achieved. Oh, how gorgeous, oh, how splendid, oh, in every aspect, how divine, oh, oh, what a piece of work is man. Now let's take a closer look at the brain. The brain is in essence the central control mechanism of every creature on Earth. Often places itself in what's called a head, and from here it sends out its dendrites into the furthest reaches of the body to relay information back to central control. Brains need containers with a front and a back door for the food to go in and out. This is the brain's mobile home, the vehicle that it travels about in during its existence. And there are an amazing variety of these vehicles and transportations available in the forecourts of diversity. Now, of course, it's not just a matter of choice. There is no choice. As a species, brains have agreed not to allow crossovers of any kind, as this would only inhibit the smooth running of evolution. Now, it's an interesting thing how many things in nature replicate themselves precisely in appearance. In the same way as this section here of the prefrontal cortex mirrors precisely this aerial view of the Judean hills above Jerusalem, so too does the Seasquirt mirror precisely the psychiatrist. The young Seasquirt spends its larval stages in search of a rock on which to latch itself, and here it consumes its own brain, because it no longer requires it, having become a plant. So too the psychiatrist. Having located a swivel chair, it spins around for a while, and then consumes its brain, accessing all future stimulation from the lost and lonely cells that wash back and forth through the warm and flopping oceans of existence. Thus we can see that at this heady stage of evolution there is within us all a brain dying to escape, desperate to release itself from the prison bars of the vehicles in which they are trapped. Now, unable to do this, I believe that we have instead evolved what is known as the external brain, from the feeble messenger boy to the pigeon post, from the ancient pathways to the complexity of the London Underground, from the temple on the hill to the very heart of the great city itself. The brains are now reaching out to one another across the very continents themselves, so that the earth has become a spinning cocoon of neurotransmissions, and here we sit, this massive throbbing brain. Oh, well, bang goes that theory.